guys, so we're back on some SLA now. Some interesting news have come about in terms of on what's to come. In terms of, we know that Gotoruji, from last we heard, is sticking with the wind element typing. We got a little bit more confirmation on the route that the developers are more than likely going to be taking with him. Obviously the unit after that being the OC. Obviously I furthermore push the agenda to be like, we could very well be getting the whole revamp for the wind element. That then leads into on what on earth they could do for the first anniversary, and obviously at that very moment I would much rather hope for them to kind of touch up on the water element for that. That's kind of like how my thought process is right now for SLA, characters releasing, typing that are going to be touched up on and all that good stuff, of course. So with all that, we got a little bit more interesting news now on what the route that developers are currently considering on taking. So yeah, this is interesting. Now, just before I get ahead of myself, you guys do want any of these coupon codes? I've got them all. Jesus, the grind was real, but your boy does have them all. If you guys do want to support your boy again, that'll be a massive W, of course. I have given out all the battle passes to the winners, so we are clean. I will be picking a great handful of you guys to win the Essence pack, because it's not that expensive. I can pick actually more of you to win it. So if you haven't already, if you are a supporter of mine, down below is the link to enter the giveaway. When you do enter the giveaway, you're not only just entering the giveaway to win Essence, but it's also entering the giveaway for the deluxe pass when it resets for Gotoruji's release. So 2 for the price of 1 basically is what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, I'll be picking the Essence winners probably this week, more than likely this week, because I want to get you guys your Essence straight off the bat, and then you guys can rack that up. And then if you guys want to put that towards Gotoruji, you can. If you want to put it towards the OC in April, you can. Or if you want to really just maximize your potential chances of pulling for the anniversary and maxing whoever that is, then you can also go down that route. So just want to make sure that yeah, if you're a supporter of mine, enter the giveaways, man. It's there for you guys to claim. It's there for you guys to claim. Okay, so huge shout out to yeah, Alpha. So here is what we've got regarding the hunters and the weapons for March and April. So Gotoruji, presented currently as a wind element unit. He will be a breaker, potentially replacing Jinchul. Likely a hybrid DPS unit like Gogun. He logically will provide buffs and damage. So this is something that I kind of already thought of, to be like, right, if they are going to be committing on releasing Gotoruji in a tank form, then the only route that I could really see him being taken is 100% how Gogun he is, in terms of being a hybrid of having that damage potential whilst having that insane breakage power. Now, we all know how Go works. We all know how much of a formidable character he is in terms of, you know, catering to that breakage side of things. One of the best. And from all of that, obviously with the additional buffs that he can apply for the light element team, and again, as said, he has damage potential. And so this is the only route that I could genuinely see. If they are committed to bring Gotoruji as a tank, it has to be in somewhat of the similar fashion of Gogun here. I cannot see being anything else, unless unless they make him a god almighty breaker unit that just breaks in an instant, which probably won't be the case, or he has some ridiculous amount of buffs that fully supports even more Amamiya. Then I think that will be a reasonable like a change, I guess. So there's that. Surin, which is going to be the OC for April, presented currently as a water element unit. So this is currently where they're at right now. Things could change because it's still early days, but the water element is what they're looking towards. Tank is the role that they might be considering, potentially replacing Jiwoo or our water breaker / buffer. So is it Anna, the SR one, who's still pretty decent, to be fair. But this is interesting. Yeah, wasn't expecting this. Well, then again, Maylin and Alicia are still a 2 formidable water element combination. So to be fair, if they want to drop a tank that pushes more for the core play, I think that is a huge W. Unless the first anniversary is water DPS. That changes everything. That changes everything. So that's also something to take note. So it seems that we got a lot of tankiness going in here. Unless the first anniversary is a support unit, which I feel like a lot of people are going to be displeased of. So let's not. So that's kind of the current situation right now on what they're thinking. I think Go to Ryuji 100% will more than likely be wind element, since before kind of his release, he was still, well, at that time they were still considering for him to be a wind element, and the fact that that's something that they're still committed to push forward, I think yeah, wind element might be a hard stick for Go to Ryuji, and so that will probably be Jinchul's well, he'll probably take over Jinchul, of course. In terms of the water element, yeah, I think releasing a tank unit of this is beneficial. I think that might be the best route to go for this said unit. So yeah, new weapon, DKL Little Brother Wind with will be a hybrid weapon. Wait, DKL Little Brother Wind. Wait, what is that? DKL, is that a dagger? I don't even know what this weapon is. I have no idea. But either way, will be a hybrid weapon providing DPS and support capabilities. So, well, it says wind, so that kind of explains that. This is something that I've already spoken about, to say that wind has so much firepower right now that it needs something in the similar fashion of the wind free-to-play. Sorry, no, not the wind. Sorry, the light free-to-play weapon that we had, on how that works as like a light plum sword, right? And then you got your DPS light weapons. Obviously, with the recent fire weapon that we had, the fan, it works in a support way to push more for your main DPS fire weapon. So with wind, we've already got the DPS, right? Especially with the buffed up longsword that is doing crazy good now. What we do need for the wind element is some form of support. So if we can have some form of sub DPS with support capabilities, I think that's the that's the best move on having a wind combination duo. I mean, not to say that the longsword and the dagger don't work side by side in terms of just maximizing DPS. That's kind of what I feel like most utilize if you have access to those weapons. But if you have a wind weapon that can furthermore push more for damage, aka the dagger, because that's kind of like the best wind weapon right now, yeah, I'll be all for that. I feel like a lot of people will be for that if you are utilizing the daggers more. So there's that. Yogman, which is the next I can't think of terminology. Monarch, there we go. Will be weak to wind and water. Wait, does that mean first anniversary is water? Okay, hold up, wait a minute. So March, Go to Ryuji, April. Wait. Okay, so there's two routes that we can see this going. If the new Monarch is going to be weak to wind and water, then either the first year anniversary is catering to wind or water. So we might backtrack. Oh my god, wait, yeah, this could be kind of nutty. Well, it really depends on the role of the April character, on what the OC will be doing in terms of buffing. Because if it doesn't fully cater to, let's say, the core meta play that the water element is, then I think that's kind of like the route that we're going to be taking in terms of getting a new DPS for the water element. In terms of wind, I don't think, because Amamiya is still like obliterating content, so I think water element, I think that's going to be the first year, boys. That's the only thing that I'm leaning towards. I don't know what's going to be happening here. Now I'm kind of stumped on what the plan could be, but yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting. Wind and water, so that kind of really pushes the agenda to say on what we're going to be getting for the first year. I don't know if there's going to be part 2, because technically speaking it does go through to June, so I don't know if there's a part 2 or what they've got planned. If there's multiple anniversary characters, God knows, who knows. But we know that one of the national level hunters, aka number 2, will be for the first anniversary, since it was not leaked, but like teased, as you could say, through the developers end. So but anyway, that is pretty much all the early info that I just kind of wanted to make sure that you guys are aware of on what is being cooked behind the scenes. Yeah, should be interesting. I'm eager to see of where the wind element go with Go to Ryuji's release, and then from that very moment on going forward, everything that we see from that point on, aka April, will kind of lead up into what the first anniversary will be doing in terms of typing change, as well as what type of strategy play will be for said water element or even wind element, who knows. And yeah, new bosses, new story, new workshop, brilliant light. So interesting. And again, I don't know what that weapon is, by the way. Little brother, DKL, what? God knows, I have no idea.